Hi, and welcome back to episode 5 of Witch Hat Atelier. Now, you may notice the background is a little bit different. Don't worry about that. It's just gonna be like that for like a week or two. I moved to my parents' place while they're gone, and I'm taking care of their cat, so that aside, we are back with Witch Hat Atelier. It has been a few more days than I should have uploaded or than planned due to that heat wave that is currently happening in Europe. It's way too hot, and today is a little bit cooler, so I'm taking this time to react to the 5th episode. I have the notes here from last time. We talked about dragons and wyverns, we've talked about how wands are made and how the ink is made with that silverwood tree. Uh, our cast got teleported into a labyrinth by the Brimmed Witch Hat. Um, Brimmed Hat Witch, or rather, I should say. I don't remember. Big, big hat, bad witch. Basically her. We've got the information about the 4 core elements, which is water, fire, earth, and levitation. I was wondering myself at first why they didn't use earth, and then they did, and then I was wondering why levitation instead of wind. Figures out it's the same thing, wind or levitation. I guess in this world building they just call it levitation. So the obvious 4 choices, 4 elements, they're here. Other than that, we have some more character development of the other side characters. We have a feeling of distrust towards Coco by the other girls, but especially Agot, who is not really happy with her. Still not. So I wonder when she's gonna warm up to her, and I assume we're gonna see in this episode how that can maybe turn the tables if Coco does something useful to the other girls. Because so far, all she did was really just be an obstacle to them. Nicely said. Obviously not her fault, since she's still a beginner, but she didn't really do much to show her dedication to magic to the other girls, other than actually acing that one test in 2 episodes ago, but Agot didn't really accept that. So, I have episode 5 in front of me. You can get your copies ready. I'm going to count down to 3, to 0, and then you can press play so we both sync up at the same time. Get ready, because I'm going to count down in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so we're still in that labyrinth with the dragon. Big dragon. Did they get split up? Oh no, okay. How? Are they just running in a circle? Oh, also, let me just do this. Yeah, she's a bit scared. Afraid? Hmm. Okay. What the what? Oh yeah, that's her magic, right? Apology accepted. Yeah, I thought so. Can they all have their own spells? That'd be pretty cool. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not a real place. Hmm. Sneak attack? Sneak? Stealth? Oh, so they're gonna tell us. Okay. I guess we'll find out as it happens. Okay, I guess we get to get to know. Is this going to work? Feels too good to be true, no? I mean, I trust her. I do want it to work. But a dragon's a dragon. Hmm. Alright. They're warming up to each other. That's good. No. Yeah. Smarty got. Oh god. Fair. Fair. Yeah. I guess once you do it hundreds of times, you get the hang of it. Hmm. And Coco's coming here with the idea. Well then. Well, yeah. Okay, they're not fully gonna tell us yet. Damn. Is this really gonna happen? This almost feels like a test. If it wasn't for the witch, the Brimtide witch. So what about repetition? Damn. This anime really loves to use really good animation at the right moments. Hmm. Well, I guess it did work. Hell yeah. Yeah, what about this then? Trap? Oh. Oh, well, the dragon is not nice anymore. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, so he's here. That's good. That's what I said. A dragon is a dragon. You can pacify him for a while, but can't really tame him. Damn. God, they're showing off now. There goes the dragon. That's a lot stronger than what they can do. Damn. What about the rest? Oh, okay, so they are flying. Cool, cool. Mm. Yeah, explain. Why? What do you mean by that? Well, that's not ominous at all. Did he say caps? Multiple? Faint? Tired? Sad? She still blames herself. Hmm. No. Mm, well then. Okay. Well, interesting episode. uh, I need a minute.
そう魔法が崩れないようにするためには必ず最初の形に戻る繰り返しの魔法で包めばいい
I was looking through some scenes, and I feel like they don't really explain how repetition magic works. The repeating spell. I understand the concept of it. I understand why it works, but wouldn't that mean that technically it can be abused into eternal magic? I'm trying to find a place where they explain it, but they only talk about needing 5 of it, so the spell always tries to reactivate, so it can uh, withstand the beast's weight. I guess maybe that means it is not really eternal, if I can indirectly understand it that way. But I was just curious. Either way, again, as I said, amazing episode. There's a bunch of new stuff that we learned. I especially love the scenes where at the very end, Kifri just blew away, literally with wind, the clouds to give that nice view over the whole labyrinth city. Um, but yeah, so repeating spells, I wrote it down here. I'll just write a question mark just in case they mention it again. It's a really nice concept. It's an interesting type of spell, and I feel like, oops, sorry, microphone is far away. I feel like they should probably get further into it, into the details of spells like that, because I'm sure that's not just the one and only special spell. There's certainly hundreds of different spells that do something to the core spell, but magnify it, make it smaller, duller, repeating itself. So I hope they show more of that, because the more I watch how spells work in this world, the more I believe it's almost like coding in our world. Anyone with coding knowledge could technically make their own spell, because it's structured in a way that the spell can be read before even activating it. You see a spell and you know what it does by I don't remember if it's from the middle to the outer line or the outer line to the middle. You can read it like a book. You can actually see what it does. So it's the alternative way of coding, I'd say. If that makes sense. I hope it does. We've seen Agot, who is slowly warming up to the team, especially to Coco, which is nice. It's been a while. It's been, what, 5 episodes? And only now she's slowly accepting Coco for who she is. Um, I do wish, though, that we would get more of blue-haired girl, which name I forgot. Richie, which I always forget. Also, season 2 has been announced without a release date, but it's from the same maker, so considering how they only have one anime before they started this one, 3 year gap, I didn't even see that, and another one for next year without any announcements. Incredible work from them. I do not recognize the director. I think I already checked last time. He did work on a ton of stuff. Let's see what I saw from him. Yeah, and a ton of visually great stuff, like Children of the Sea. Beautiful visuals. Absolutely beautiful. Fortune Favors Lady Nikuko. I've heard really good stuff of it. I think it's on my list because it looks great. Komi Can't Communicate, beautiful first episode. The rest, kind of subjective. Summertime rendering, amazing anime. One of the rare two core anime that I absolutely loved. 9 out of 10 on my list. Um, Amazing stuff. But yeah, I do not really recognize him other than that. I assume he worked on a different studio. Who made even these things here? That was Studio 4 Degrees. And this one also. So it might be, number one, a studio closure. Although, no, it doesn't even say OLM. Either a studio closure or he left the studio to another one, but looking at these, he seems to have been working for different studios altogether. Maybe he made his own studio now, but it doesn't say anything here. He's worked for Production IG, who are very well known. But that aside, this episode, what else did I write? So we talked about I got warming up. We got talked about the drawing being like coding. Um, the cloud stuff. I am really interested if we'll get to see a personal spell for Coco, which would be interesting to know what it would be. Now, I don't think it has necessarily any connection with her tailoring skills, or rather the tailoring itself, but maybe more towards the skills itself, like how she's precise, how she's really good at drawing lines. Although we've seen she needs some practice with her drawing, but I believe she's gonna be really good at spell drawings, to the point where maybe she does another spell that no one uses before that is completely made up, and everyone is gonna adapt it or something like that. Something that just appears out of nowhere, in like a situation like with this labyrinth and the dragon, where they have to come up with a creative idea on how to get away from there. I do want to see the scene of the clouds again, if I may. Just give me a second. I really just want to see, because the whole segment before that also is amazing. The whole thing. Oh, sure. Sorry. Let me just do this. Where he came down and saved. Let me actually just almost mute it. I don't want to get copyright strike. Where he saves, the animation is amazing, and he goes up to the sky, draws at the same time as he flies. That's actually incredible. Someone who can draw an actually perfect circle and all that while in motion. And then whoosh. The whole city, the whole labyrinth place. It's shown. Also, can we talk about how scary he is when we see the top white of his pupil? This scene reminds me of at the very end where he looked very sternly at I forgot his name, this guy here, where he asked for the favor. And what I like is the music just stops. You can hear the music in the background.
お願いがありまして。
おう。
このタイルの裏に書かれ
And then
しかし禁止魔法を見たら通報の義務。
poof.
誰にも
You can hear
言
like
わないで。
a very high-pitched ringing by showing by how serious he is. On one hand, I believe that he just wants to get ahead of the law of catching those I say those, I don't know if it's those or this brimmed witch hat. Brimmed hat witch, Jesus Christ. And on the other hand, he could be hiding something that we don't know yet. Maybe he has some old experience with the witches. Maybe, they mentioned the memory wipe before. Anyone who figures out how magic gets done gets their memories wiped. What if he has gotten his memory wiped because of past incidences? And that's the reason why he's so into it. He's so obsessed with the idea of punishing or catching the brimmed hat witch. That's actually a good plot twist there. But again, I don't know anything So I guess we'll see whatever happens in the next few episodes or in the next season. I'm glad they actually announced the next season, so I don't have to be scared for them to compress too much into one season. So I think at least it was a season, another movie, right? TV, yeah, TV. No episodes yet. It could, of course, just be like a few episodes, like 2 or 3. But it says season 2. No, it's a season. Yeah, no. There's that. Good. Amazing music used in the whole episode. By the way, it's great by whoever is the musician. I think I checked last time, but I didn't recognize their songs, their music. Yeah, Yuka Kitamura and someone else though. Or isn't Yuka Kitamura the opening? No, they are. It just says music. It doesn't say anything else. Good job for them. Really good choice. It really fits the anime. Other than that, I think that's all we had to talk about this episode. It was very how do you say, very concentrated into this labyrinth arc, if that can be called an arc. It was like 2 episodes. I like that. They don't have to just shorten it for half an episode and then talk about something else in the next half. So I like that they go into details. It helps with the world building, with character building. We've seen how there's character development with the girls who are slowly apologizing to each other. They are getting more attached to Coco and warming up to her. So it's a really good choice for them, and I'm glad they are following the manga from what I've heard so closely. So I'm gonna end this here. If there's anything else I have to talk, I'll probably talk about it in the next episode or something. Other than that, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.